The Washington County Veterans Service Commission held a special meeting this evening to discuss a formal complaint against the commission's executive director. Our Chase Campbell was there.
Dozens of veterans and members of the broader veteran community crowded a special meeting of the Washington County Veterans Service Commission Thursday night to show their support for Commissioner Jared Smith. The single item on the commissioner's agenda to consider the merit of a complaint that requests the termination of Darren Shearlock, Executive Director of the Commission. The complaint, which was signed by numerous veterans in the community, alleges Shearlock conspired with Commissioners Tim Gillenwaters, Regis Kern, and Larry Proctor to file spurious complaints against Jared Smith with the Washington County Common Pleas Court in an attempt to remove Smith from the commission. On Thursday, the veterans who signed the initial complaint submitted an addendum that elaborates on their allegations against Shearlock, again asking he be removed from his position as director. In the addendum, the complainants accuse Shearlock of further collusion with Robert Fitzgerald, a former executive director of the commission, on top of conspiring with other commissioners and attempting to remove Jared Smith from the commission. After spending over an hour in executive session, the commissioners voted 3-1 on a motion to find merit in the complaint against Shearlock, with Larry Proctor casting the only dissenting vote. With the motion approved, Shearlock will undergo a formal process in which he will have the opportunity to defend himself from the accusations and have legal representation, according to County Prosecutor Nicole Coyle, who serves as legal counsel for the Commission. Vice President of the Commission Brad Webb said the Commission would work to ensure that process proceeds fairly.
We shouldn't be at this point, but here we are, and we promise you, I promise you, I'm sure these guys do too, that we're going to do the best we can. We're going to do the process. If it's voted through, we'll do the process to the best of our ability, and what the findings are, what the findings are.
The commission members and Shearlock all declined to be interviewed after the meeting. In Marietta, Chase Campbell, WTAP News.